In this video, we're going to talk about some basic operations in Excel and how to use keyboard shortcuts to make them faster. For that, we're going to use the data file top 20 cars. So I'm just going to type. So we have copy, cut, paste, and then basically redo, undo, and redo. So for copy, copy is Control C in Excel. I mean, in a lot of Microsoft apps, the tasks of copying can be done through Control C, or you can just right click and then take, click on the copy. That way, as you can see here, you see this. This means that this cell has been copied, or you can select multiple cells at the same time and again right click copy, or you can use Control C as the shortcut. So let me just insert, shells down, task, shortcut. Yes, Control C, again, multiple cells, Control C, that'll copy the cells, the content of the cell. And then let me just talk about the paste. For paste, you can use Control V, or again, you can just, once you copy, you can right click and paste. And then for paste, you have multiple options. I'll talk about it in a second, but when you use Control V, what I just did, I pressed Control V. When you just do Control V, what happens is that the formula gets pasted. Whatever the formula is here, and the formula is what you see in the formula bar here. Here we have a plain, simple number here, and when you copy and paste it here, the actual number gets pasted, right? But if I had a formula, like I said, the formula always gets copied. I'll explain it in a second, but let me just first explain the cut. Cut is Control X. Cut means that when you just take something, Control X, when you paste it somewhere else on your sheet, the content gets moved. Content moves basically. So it basically deletes it from here and moves it to another place. So I just cut it from here and I just paste it here. As you can see, it moves it from here to here completely. Whereas copy, it just creates another copies. It doesn't change. So it's just here. When I copy, it's here. And when I paste, let's say this one, the original values are still at the same place. It just takes a copy of it and paste it here. Control X, Control C, Control X, Control V. Undo, like I already did it right now, Control Z. So if you do something and you don't like it, you can just press Control Z. You see, it just deleted what I typed here. If you press undo, if you press Control Z, but you feel that that was not necessary, you want to bring it back, you can press Control Y and it'll just bring it back. Control Y. So Control Z, it just undo, but it just basically undoes what you just did. If you want it back, again, Control Y, it brings it back. Redo, undo, redo, copy, cut, paste, Control C, Control X, Control V. So these are pretty simple, but a lot of times they increase the speed of working with Excel. One thing about pasting, and then I'll explain how to move faster through the tables, because not all the tables that we're working in this course are as short as this one. Here it's just 20 points, but sometimes you may have a few thousand, and it'll take for you to select multiple rows or multiple cells at the same time. So I'll explain how to do that. But before that, let me just explain the paste, Control V. Each cell in Excel has multiple components. Three of most important components of cells are as follows. We have value, we have formula, and we have format. Each cell has at least these three. I mean, there are multiple aspects to each cell, but these are the minimum things that you should know about. Let's say here I have, I'm gonna put one formula here on G2. It's sum of the sale in 2011, in 2010, and in 2011 for Nissan Versa, for example. So that's just the formula. I just typed the formula, right? Now, when I copy this cell and paste it at another place, what gets copied when you use Control V, it's the formula. Formula gets copied. Just take a look. I'm going to copy it from here and paste it at this location. One cell to the right. Control C, Control V. So what got copied was the formula, not the value. You see the values are different. It just copied the formula, which is the sum of these two, but then adjust the formula. So since I copied from here, pasted from here, it adjusts the formula. All these cells in my formula, they all shift one to the right. Now, take a look at the formula here, sum of these two, and now I move one cell to the right. Now it's instead of these two, it's sum of these two. You see the difference? Instead of this, I have this. Instead of this, I have this. So every cell in my formula shifts one cell to the right. Now, if I just copy this and paste it here, Control C, paste it 2 cells down here. See what happens. Again, formula gets copied. As you can see, value is not there. Formula and format. So if I have, let's say, and when I'm talking about the format, I'm talking about the fill, I'm talking about the color of the font, the stuff like that. So let's say I copy it from here, paste it here. Format got copied, formula got copied, but not the value. And the formula gets updated. So from here, I went down 2 cells. All these cells in my formula, they all move 2 cells down. So E2 becomes E4, D2 becomes D4 when I come here. You see? Now, if I want this one to be, yes. If I have a fixed value, let's say, let me just add another column here, and I have a coefficient, a constant here, constant, let's say 0.5, and let me just get rid of these. Here, I want to find 0.5 times this sales at 2011 plus sales of 2010, right? If I want to copy this and paste it here, so half of sales of 2011 plus sales of 2010. If I want to do the same thing for Kia, for example, Kia Soul, if I just drag it down, if I take copy and paste it here, or alternatively, if I just drag the formula down, and for dragging down, you need to hold the cursor here at the right bottom corner of this cell. When you see this little black cursor, black cross here, you can just hold, you can just click, hold, and drag it down and release. So you see the formula gets updated, but I didn't want this constant coefficient to change. So if you want to fix something in your formula before you copy and paste it somewhere else, you can just add $sign. So let's say I5 is the cell that I want to fix. So if I just press on F4, it adds $signs before, and I mean before I and before 5, before the column letter and the row number. F4 or Command T if you're working with Mac. So when you do that, the I5 is now fixed. If you just take this formula and paste it here, I5 doesn't change, but these two change. Now copy, paste it here for Mazda 3. Take a look at the formula here. 0.5 doesn't change because we fixed I5 in the formula, times the sales of Mazda 3 at 2011 plus the sales of Mazda 3 at 2010. So that's what I wanted to say about pasting. And when you basically copy and paste the formula gets adjusted. If you want to fix something, this is the trick. You just need to add $signs before and after, before the column and column letter and the row number. If you caught something, if you just caught it from here, Control X, and paste it at another place, the exact formula gets updated, gets copied and pasted. The formula does not, doesn't get updated. The formula doesn't get adjusted. The formula gets copied. The same text of formula gets copied and pasted when you cut and paste. Yes, so this is it about the simple operations, simple shortcuts and simple operations in Excel. Another thing that I wanted to tell you, and it deals with the shortcut here. So moving in the table, moving in a direction, moving fast in a table. So for that, you need to press Control and direction. Control and direction. I just put this meaning the direction. So if you're here, you want to move to the top of the table, you can press Control and hold Control and press up. So it goes in the same column, it goes all the way to the top of the table. If you want to go down to the bottom of the table, Control down. If you want to go to the left corner of the table, Control left, Control right, Control up, Control left, Control down. See? So that's for moving fast. Sometimes you want to select, you have multiple thousand rows and you want to select column D. So selecting fast across a table. For that, you just need to press Shift, Control, hold Control Shift, and then the direction, plus direction. Here also Control plus direction. So here, Control Shift, hold the Control Shift, and then press up. And then press left. While I'm holding Control Shift, I press left. It selects the whole table. If I'm only interested in column C, Control Shift down.